On today's video, we're going to be making, I don't have a mic, so I'm going to use Seth's mic. We're making meat candy. We're doing pork belly burnt ends.
Let's get started.
That's not how I had that plan, but let's roll. Meat and candy. And by meat and candy, we're going to marry those two together. We're talking pork belly burnt ends. There's a ton of videos on YouTube on how to make pork belly burnt ends. Today, we're going to take it one step further. We're going to show you where on the pig it comes from, how to cut it, how to cube it, and how to cook it. Let's just get started. Whole pig hanging behind me. So obviously, probably goes without explanation that this is a half a pig. Just going to do a little bit of trimming. And what we're after today is that pork belly. Just start with a little bit of trimming on the side. So, talking about pork belly a little bit. Pork belly is also what you use to make pork bacon. Today we're not going to cure it. We are going to smoke it, but it's going to be in cubes. It's not going to be left as a whole slab. Start with removing that ham. Onto the Butcher Boy bandsaw. Knocking that shoulder off of there. Separating that loin from the rib and belly. Now let's just get started removing those spare ribs off of that belly. Just following the bones. Same principle you would use to make bacon. Leaving this as a slab, and then we'll just cube it up. Looking for a nice 8 to 10 pound chunk of pork belly. There's our pork belly. So if you went to the most butcher shops or grocery stores and you asked for a fresh pork side, pork belly, same thing. When you cure this, it's made into bacon, but typically they're going to weigh somewhere around 10 pounds. This is a skin off, so we remove the hide when we butcher our pigs. So there's no rind on there, there's no skin. So that is what you would typically find as a pork belly. So you go in, you want to order one, pork fresh side, pork belly. That's what you're going to want to go for. So bellies are typically made up of about 50% meat, 50% fat. So that's why this makes such a scrumptious, delicious snack, because you have that nice balance of fat and meat. Super tender, super juicy. Fat is flavor, just incredible cubes of meat candy, pork belly burnt ends. So we're just going to start, we're going to go 1.25 inches to 1.5 inch strips. And we're just going to follow this slab and just go all the way down. Now, this is the same direction that you would slice a bacon, so you can see that looks like a slice of bacon. We usually just go this way. You could really go either way, but it's kind of a personal preference. So we'll just go down through here. You can go as far as you want on this slab. Sometimes when you get up towards this one end, maybe there's some pieces that aren't quite as desirable, but it's up to you. We're going to cook them all. Once you get that done, you just want a nice square. So the length and the width about the same, and you can really make these slices whatever size you want. Pretty simple process. Just cubing them up. Obviously, watching your fingers in the process. What I like to do is make a cut, put my finger over top of it. Just keeps things nice and stable and uniform. Pretty quick process. Not really a whole lot to it. Look at that delicious pile of pork belly. All cubed up, ready to be seasoned. Let's get the pork belly cubes on the cutting board real quick. Just want to thank our friends over at Traditional Timbers. They produced this beautiful cutting board for us. Walnut has the inlay. I think that's called Bloodwood with our logo on it. Appreciate it, guys. Phenomenal work. So Traditional Timbers right here in the next town over in Ohio. Appreciate it a ton. So let's just get these stacked on the board. Want to talk a little bit about what seasonings we're going to be using. There's our pile. So let's go over seasonings a little bit. We're going to do a Hollywood, 6-ounce shaker, 4-pound bucket. We also have some single serve packs available now. And our barbecue sauce. We have the small bottle and then of course the half gallon. But we're going to season these with our Hollywood seasoning. Barbecue sauce is going to come into play. We're going to use a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of honey, maybe a splash of hot sauce. We'll see. Probably do a nice hickory smoke, low and slow. Then you put it into a pan, you crank your temp, you get them nice and crispy. They will shrink up a little bit, but what you end up with in the end is these nice single serve cubes. They're gonna darken up. They're gonna be, like I said, super juicy, tons of flavor, something to really wow your guests. So pork belly burnt ends only, or I guess I should say the next step that we have is to get these seasoned and get them on the smoker. Let's go. Y'all doing in here?
Waiting on you. What you got, Seth?
I got the goods. Pork belly into cubes that Jeremy is gonna make into some burnt ends.
We sure are.
It's all you, bro.
Thank you.
Yep. I'll be back to taste them, don't you worry.
I figured as much. Alright, like Seth said, we're gonna make some burnt ends today. We're getting some nice weather, getting close to grilling season. We're going to show you how we do it. There's a million different ways to do it, but this is a great party treat, great barbecue snack. Let's get to it. First, we're going to add some cherry chunks here. Just add a little bit of flavor to the pork. Get our half moons in here because we're going to go indirect. We're going indirect and we're going to run the pit about 250 today. We're using charcoal, but you can obviously use whatever smoker you have. Let's talk prep. So as you can see here, we have our pork belly, and these are the main ingredients we're going to use. Just get some real good fatty, sweet flavors by the time this is all done. So let's get the seasoning. If you have a lug, they're great to use. If not, you can just use a foil pan, or you can even just season them on that cutting board. Going with a real healthy dose of our Hollywood. Alright, this is about 9 pounds. All you want to do is just make sure you get a good, even, healthy coating on all sides of these cubes. And once you got that, we're just going to let these sit here for about 10 minutes and let the seasoning marry into the pork, and then we're going to get them on the pit. Okay, these are all seasoned up. The seasoning's sweating into the meat some, so let's get them on some racks and then let's get them into the pit. You just want to space them out a little bit, give them a little bit of room, catch that smoke and heat. Alright, pork belly's all racked up. Let's get in the smoker. You can see all these other ingredients over here. We're going to get to those in a little bit. To start off, all you need is seasoning, and after a while we're going to add these. We're going to let these go for about an hour and check them. Once we hit the hour mark, we're going to spritz them with a little mixture of apple cider vinegar and apple juice. Alright, these have been going for about 45 minutes now. We're going to check them out. They should be squeezing up, tightening up a little bit, and some of that fat rendering. We're going to go ahead and hit them with a little bit of spritz, which is just apple juice and apple cider vinegar. Yep, these are looking real nice so far. 2 hours in, let's take a look, see how they're doing. Now you don't want to worry about internal temp as much as how they look. The fat's rendering good, they get a good color. So let's go ahead and get them in the pan and we'll get everything mixed up. All right, we got them all in the pan. Like we said earlier, we started with about 9 pounds, but we only got about 4 or 4.5 on the smoker. So first thing you want to do is get some honey and drizzle the honey over. You're welcome to measure if you want. We don't measure around here. And then brown sugar. Just get you a nice coating on there. Then we have a stick of butter. You just want to spread these out a little bit. Boy. Okay. And lastly, barbecue sauce. You don't need to worry about mixing it together. As this all gets some heat, it'll all melt and mix itself together. So let's get it wrapped, get it back on the smoker. We'll check them back in about an hour. A little under 4 hours. These bad boys are almost done. Let's take them off the grill and have a look. Those are looking real good. So the final step here, what we're going to do is we're just going to take these out, put them back on the wire racks for a couple minutes, and just let all those juices and this sauce settle on them and crisp up just a little bit, and then we're going to try them. Okay, these have been on about 10-15 more minutes and they're looking great. We're going to pull them off and let them rest, let them cool down a little bit, and then we're going to try them. Go on, get.
Did you pick your piece?
Ooh, these look so delish.
Pork belly burnt ends, the final product. Jeremy, the master on the barbecue pit. Now it's time to try them.
Get your cubes, boys.
Spence.
Am I getting one?
Yeah.
Man, my finger's gonna be
Sticky.
Here we go. Cheers. Oh, smells wonderful. Oh, melt in your mouth tender. Nice pork, sweet, flavorful,
Really don't need
savory.
to say much.
It's got like no.
I'm at a
It
loss.
is like
You haven't
meat
been around me
candy.
long enough to know that I do.
No, I mean, keep
do a
going.
lot of
It
talking.
speaks for itself.
I'm at a loss of words.
It's that's so good. It's got this just almost like the kind of flavor you get, you know, from a really good cut of pork chop,
Look at that.
pork butt, and then it's just got that fat and that sweetness, that caramelization with the Hollywood barbecue off, adds a little tangy, and just pull apart. Wow, man! Don't knock my thing out of my hand. Those are
Incredible.
amazing.
If you're looking for a nice snack to wow the guests at your barbecue,
That's it.
Get
these.
Charlie's nose. His nose is just going. You want a little bite, Charlie? You want a little beaky bite? Huh? It's kind of warm. Huh?
There you go, buddy. Boy, sugar boy.
I'm not gonna be able to stay out of those.
They say that'll make a monkey hug a hound dog. What if it makes Scott hug Charlie? There you go, Charlie. All right, really good stuff. This was a fun cut, cook, season, the whole bit. Jeremy knocked it out of the park with the prep work.
First time we've
Pork.
tried pork burnt ends.
Absolutely delicious. I'm gonna do these again. Hope you guys watched. Hope you watched the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, Bearded Butchers. Jeremy knocking it out on the grill.
JD Farmer 70 on TikTok.
Not here.
Follow him.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Appreciate every single one of you. Like we always say, don't forget to follow us on those channels. Hit the bell for notifications. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, see ya.